It's funny, no matter how many times you clean your bike, there's always a little bit of dirt on it. That's annoying. Righty-dighty, so I've been up this road before off camera just to get a feel of what it's like, because sometimes it's nice to do a road before you actually record on a road so you know what to expect. Am I right? Right. So I have a bug in my helmet. Fantastic. Get out. There we are. So how are we? Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. Hello to you. Cleaning your bike. How often do you do it? How often is too often? And how often is not enough? These are all questions we ask ourselves on a weekly basis, monthly, or whenever we whip out the bucket and sponge. Do you use a bucket and sponge? Do you use special objects, special cleaning items? Do you not use sponges at all because you hate them? Microfiber cloths, love them, hate them? I would assume the consensus on that would be use a microfiber cloth rather than a dirty one, but who knows? Just me, perhaps. And then as far as we go with cleaning, the old cleaner as well. Do you use a motorcycle specific one? Do you use a car one? I briefly used a car one, and I very quickly stopped because I realised that maybe there are some things that the car one will get off your bike, but what's it going to do to your bike in the long run? There is a lot of exposed machinery on a motorcycle, and you don't want the wrong type of cleaner getting into that, because that can do all kinds of wonderful things to longevity of your motorcycle. Doggy, thou do the engine. Oh, it's a well-behaved dog. Ah, yes. So what's the standard for you then? What's your opinions on the whole cleaning thing? Do you use brushes? Do you use, I imagine you'd use a brush because of the chain, but do you use any like microfiber brushes, any bristle stuff on your bodywork and so on and so forth? I've noticed there are a few parts of the Vulcan S, like in here for example, it's a little bit difficult to get in there and get everything properly clean with a rag or with a sponge or whatever you want to use. So up to you really. Up to you. For myself, the chain usually gets a good bit of lubrication after a clean, and a clean can happen whenever the bike is dirty, whenever poor Jelly Bean gets soaked, or whenever I feel like it really. So a little tip I can give you, if you don't know already, is do not wash your bike in direct sunlight. Like today for example, it's very bright outside, it's a lovely day. Not a lovely day for cleaning your bike, except when the clouds come over or when the sun goes down. And the reason for that is, oh, I left my indicator on. Yeah. Yay, red's been a silly. Round of applause for me. Where was I? Yes, so the direct sunlight can dry out a lot of the cleaning products, and that can leave all kinds of little blobs and blotches all over your paintwork and so on and so forth, and you can rinse it with water again afterwards. It might not get them off, so you'd probably need to clean your bike again later on. Now I understand there might be a few products out there which don't do such a thing, but better safe than sorry. Clean your bike in the shade or under cover, which is technically shade. How about that? And of course, general maintenance of your motorcycle is very important. So I've heard that foam washes aren't necessarily great because the foam, as well as getting everywhere, actually gets everywhere, and that can do all kinds of things to your chain. And there's nothing quite bad as having a dodgy chain, because once that sucker blows, it blows. I've not personally had a chain blow up on me, snap, however you want to put it, but when you've got something revolving very, very fast and one of those links just decides, nah, I'm good for today, and just goes ping, then that can take out panels, that can take out armor, that can take off skin, and the damage thereon therefore can be quite significant and of course painful. There's a line there, so I suggest you take it. Thank you. Bump, 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 bump. Who surfaced this bloody road? They've done an awful job of it. So I don't know about you, but I think there's an area nearby, I want to say Birmingham or something, I'm not sure. There's a large city in the UK and it's got a rather large bridge that goes over the top of it, like a bypass, and for a good 10 minutes you're on this bridge and it's just thump, 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 thump. It's like being on a bloody train, except trains are awesome, and being in a car or a motorcycle, thump, 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 and having that constantly for 10 minutes just does you nutting. I found that with one part of the US when we were going into Georgia, and there were like entire blocks of the road that had just had the surface taken off them, so you had the big thump going downwards and the thump coming back up again. Oh, it was terrible, as you can imagine. Absolutely terrible. I'm feeling this van man behind me wants to get somewhere. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Jeez, bloody... Ugh. I have a feeling that I want to go down that way, but I'm not going to. Only because the van's going that way. Huzzah! No van up my buttocks. Brilliant. And that allows me to slow down, despite entering a national speed limit. And you can see already the road surface here is leaves a bit to be desired, doesn't it? And all this crap in the middle, this is all just loose stonework. And, oh my gosh, this is not great, is it? Not great. So I'm going to do my best to obviously not fall off the bike. Now, I know what some of you on YouTube are like. You want me to fall off? No. Absolutely not. That does not sound like a good idea. Mainly because it will hurt a lot. Alright, no one behind us. What's here, my dear? An old train track that's not in service anymore. Awesome. And so we carry on, regardless. Now, apparently Loughborough has one of the only steam train lines in the UK with two tracks side by side, which will have a steam train going one way and steam train going the other way. So rather than it just being one track and it just goes around in a bloody great big circle or back on itself, you've actually got, ooh, big open space over there. You've actually got the possibility for two steam trains to pass each other, and that's quite a feat, I've got to say. Because a lot of the time, I mean, when I was younger as well, there was a place up in, I want to say nearish to Great Yarmouth, which featured the two tracks, and you could actually pass steam trains. Steam trains actually pass each other, I should say. And it was a great experience. If you've got kids and they are at all into like old British stuff, or trains, steam trains especially, I can recommend that. That's brilliant. Oop. And with that, I think I'm gonna call it there. So have yourselves a lovely weekend, enjoy, and we shall see you next time. Let me know if you enjoyed last week's video, genuinely, because it took a lot of work, it took a lot of time, And without going too much into the whole details of everything, it was one of the videos that I've genuinely loved, just getting more footage for, putting everything together, trying to piece together like a puzzle, if you would. I'm still not great at it, but hopefully someone out there can appreciate it and of course take something away from it. So on that subject as well, ride safe, bloody ride safe, and these bloody roads, bumpy as all hell. And well, tar for now. Tar for now.